got to put my marker in so I know when this next segment is.
Okay.
Lupin.
Oh, yeah.
The last episode of this first season.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
I mean, I don't know. Can they even call it a season?
I don't think so. It's like 5 episodes.
But it's like, it didn't wrap anything up. So anyway.
It 100% did not wrap anything up, but we learned some new things. This whole episode was mostly backstory on how Raul was
conceived. If anyone wants to know, it was missionary.
Goes into the backstory of Asane's relationship with his estranged wife. Claire.
Yeah.
Can't never remember her name.
Yep.
And
she has the whitest name of all time.
Yes.
So easy to remember.
Yeah. And just a bunch of stuff that they're gonna do for Raul's birthday, and it's like they're gonna take him on. Well,
she doesn't know.
No, she doesn't know yet, but he's like bought her a ticket to go to and he's given Raul a gift, and inside the gift is like a top hat and a cape, a la Lupin, the gentleman thief. So he has a ticket for her, and he's like, "No, you have to come with us.
Yeah,
I got a ticket for you.
You can't go on a date with Mark.
You can't go on a date with Mark.
Yeah, you got to
your
come
supercar driving boyfriend.
Yeah,
you have to come with us."
So I wonder, like, and there's also like, at this point, he's being followed by like the guy that killed the journalist woman. I can't remember her name.
No, I can't remember it either.
But the episode starts out, he's at home looking at the newspaper, says she's dead. He's there with his buddy
and the dog.
And the buddy's like, Arsene's looking at a picture like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's my fault. This was my fault." And yes, you're right, it was your fault.
100%.
And his buddy's like, "Well, maybe it's time to throw in the towel," and he's all upset with his buddy. Like, "What do you mean? Like, give up? Like, I gotta make him pay."
He does have to make him pay.
All right, fine, whatever. You're set on this. And he's like, "Okay, well, what about Raul? It's his birthday today." He's just like, "I don't feel like it, man. I don't feel like doing anything for my son's birthday." And he's like, "Dude, like, it's your son. Like, smarten the fuck up." And he's like, "Okay, all right." And at this point, I'm like, man, this character really fucking sucks.
Yes.
He's such a turd.
He is a turd.
There's a lot of things in this episode where I was like, he is a colossal turd.
Oh, yeah. Like, they do a little flashback where him and his buddy are sitting in a restaurant, and they're working out their plans for how they're going to, like, steal stuff and then resell it on the black market and stuff. And he's like, "I got the perfect building. It's away from all the cops. Yeah. There's a basement for our extracurricular activities."
Yeah.
And then a little Miss Pellegrine.
Well, was that her?
Yeah, that was her.
Okay, I couldn't tell if it was her or just some other woman.
No, that was her.
Like her, like kind of looked like her.
Oh yeah, no, that was her. She goes strolling by in the restaurant, and his buddy's like, "Oh, is that why we're meeting here?"
Yeah.
And so he goes off and follows her to the bathroom, and he essentially tells her that, "Hey, we're not fooling around anymore."
Yeah, I gotta stop messing about. We got Claire.
Yeah,
I got Claire. But I don't know. Was it her? I don't know.
It was definitely her.
Because the way she implied was she's not gonna let him. Like, what about us? I love you. And the way it was implying was like this was gonna be something where she's gonna screw with him or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was definitely her.
Okay.
But it just makes it weird because she knows what he looks like as an adult, which makes the first episode kind of.
Well, that's why I was like, is it her?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is her. I think the continuity is just like terrible.
Yeah, I don't
think the continuity is very good.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think they planned out the entire thing before they started recording.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, so he's a turd of a dad.
He was
cheating on Claire while she was pregnant, basically, with Raul. Yeah. He goes to some old bag's house to run a scam on her to steal stuff from her. So I'm feeling like, okay, he's taking, like, she's an old rich woman, whatever. She'll get over it.
Yeah.
But he's running a scam where he's, like, pretending to be a cop, and he's like, "Oh, well, just give me your valuables, and I'll keep them at the police station."
Yeah. He's supposed to be this super suave gentleman that can, like, convince anyone of anything.
So I'm like, this guy's a turd. But then it's like, oh, well, she's saying, like, we basically stole this from all these Sudanese workers. They didn't know what they had. Like, oh, she's the bad guy now. Okay. Yeah. Very convenient for our scene. It would have been better if they somehow showed that he knew this going into there, because at first this whole scene, it's like he's just a colossal turd.
Yeah.
And then it just seems like they throw this in to make it look like he's a good guy.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that either. But the episode is they're going to the beach, or where, I don't even know where
they're going to one of the spots where one of the Lupin novels takes place, and it's like this big tourist destination where a lot of Lupin fans go.
Do you think it looks like that on any given day?
Probably not. There might have been like some kind of festival going on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It just seemed like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then again, I guess I don't know if maybe Lupin is like Harry Potter in France, and like
could
when
be.
you go to like fucking the platform in London or wherever, where they're looking for the platform 33 and a third, there's a lot of Harry Potter nerds running around on their Quidditch sticks or whatever. Maybe it's like that in there.
It could be.
But
yeah, there's a lot
of people wearing top hats and capes here.
But this episode has a lot of back and forth through time. Like we see stuff with Claire and like her at her therapist, and how she like says that Arsene is her soulmate,
but also not,
but also a colossal douchebag.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of back and forth through time there, and then eventually we get to a current time where they're on the train.
Yeah.
And she comes in to take a selfie with them to get a little family shot, and he's looking at the photo and he sees the guy who's been following him on the train.
Yeah.
And so he's got to do something about this.
He hatches a plan.
So the bad guy calls Pellegrin, Mr. Pellegrin, and he says to don't touch the wife and the kid. Just take care of Arsene. And so Arsene's like, he's sitting up there and he's like, no, we got to do something about this. I got to get this guy off the train or whatever.
Yeah, I got to do something.
Yeah. And so he's like, I got to go get some drinks. And then he goes to the back of the train.
Before that, though, he's like, I'll sing happy birthday to my son.
Yeah.
Get everyone on the train to like
notice.
And specifically make sure that the guy that's following me knows that I know he's following him.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? You lose all sense of like...
the surprise. Yeah.
Like, he could have maybe done something else. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
It worked out in the end, kind of, because he did lock him away, but it's also like... when he was doing it, I'm like, why would he do that? I just didn't get it.
Yeah, I think it's just like making a big point that he knows that he's there.
I guess.
I don't know why he would do that, but...
Yeah. So anyways, he's like, okay, I'm going to go get a drink. And he starts walking through the train. Being that he's the master thief, he can slip the key from the, like...
conductor or the ticket taker. Yeah.
So he gets the key. He manages to, like, get the guy into, like, the storage area where they store bikes on the train and shit. They have a little fight. And he, like, locks the guy in there. And he's like, ha ha. I got him.
Got him.
Goes back to his seat. And he's, like, all, like, breathing heavy. And his wife's like, what happened? He's like, I got in a fight. No big deal.
No big deal. This guy didn't like this Lupin book. And I was like, man, this is one of the best. And they got in a scuffle.
Yeah. So
we also learned that in this episode that his wife knows what he does.
Well, she knows something.
She knows some of
she knows
what he
he's
does.
like doing something
bad,
but not like to the extent of how bad it is.
Yeah.
She just knows he's like up to no good, basically. But this whole fight thing ended up being pointless.
Yeah, because the guy gets out anyway. I mean, he eventually would, I would imagine.
But like, were they just wanted to make a fight scene?
I'd probably.
Did they want to just extend the episode?
Yeah,
he just strolls up like, I got out, bitch. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he just strolls up, sits right in
how's it going? Lays his hand on his son's hand, which is very weird.
Very weird.
But it's just like that whole scene was pointless.
Yeah. So, he should have like booted him off the train or something.
Maybe they were trying to show how good of a sleight of hand man he was because he stole the key. Because later he slips a jewel into his pocket.
Yeah.
So there's a whole subs thing going on here with the investigators are trying to like figure out what's going on, and the one like conspiracy cop
who has it right.
Yeah, who has it right is like, okay, I don't know how he decided to go to. Anyways, he's at the same place where they go to at the end. Like, I don't know how he determined that was the place to go.
It's because he called the cops. Like, he sent a text message.
No, but that guy was already gone. Remember they showed up in the morning? The conspiracy cop wasn't even there?
The morning?
Yeah, remember he spent the night there? He was like sorting the papers.
Oh, yeah, he spent the night there
and then he woke up.
And he was gone. Yeah, that's right. He was already gone before the cops got the call.
So I'm thinking it's something to do with the birthday. Because it's the guy's, the author's birthday or something like that.
Yeah.
He's the same day as his birthday's on the same day as Raul.
Yeah.
So maybe he just thought, like, I'll go there and I'll see.
It's a special day, yeah. Maybe he'll probably be there.
Obviously, because he's a psychopath and he's built his life on this author's works.
Yeah. So what happens is when the guy tailing Asane sits down, Asane puts a call out to, like, the cop.
Again, like, wouldn't this guy say, hey, put your fucking phone down?
Saying he's like, I am Paul Serene.
Yeah, but wouldn't the guy that's like,
I'm wearing a beige coat, which was what the other guy was wearing.
This whole thing here, yeah. First of all, the guy would be like, put your phone down. Like, don't use your phone here. I got a gun.
Yeah.
So he just texts the cop like, hey, it's Paul Serene.
I'm going to be right here.
I'm a black man, and I'm wearing a beige coat, and I'm 6'2", and I'm getting off the train. Why don't we have something to eat? And the cops are like, well, this is obviously not a plant or like something to fake us out.
Yeah.
We better go arrest this guy with the beige coat. This can't be a prank at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he did say a little thing like, thanks for the pen at the Louvre.
Yeah.
But again, like, oh yeah, he got away for us for like whatever. Weeks and weeks, he's avoided us. At every turn, he's got away. But now he's just going to give himself up, and they're like, yes, no problem. So they send the cops over there to go arrest him, and then because he described the guy that had the gun, they arrested that guy.
Yeah.
And he also slipped a little gem in his pocket, so they were like, we got the Louvre guy.
We got him.
Gem from the Marie Antoinette necklace here.
Yeah. So they take him back to the station, and they're doing the questioning thing, and then the police chief comes up and he's like, "That's the wrong guy. Get him out of here."
Yeah.
And they're like, "How do you know?" He's like, "Because he's got an alibi."
Well, it wasn't even in that station. It was in the other station.
Yeah.
Because he was at like the Louvre police station, and the chief's like, "Oh, we let him go. It's the wrong guy." He's like, what do you mean? He's like, he had a gun and he had a jewel, and he's like, well, he can carry a gun legally. I guess that's a thing in France. I don't know. I would assume not, but
yeah,
maybe
it probably is.
And he had, what about the gem? And he said something about the gem, like, so
it was obviously planted.
Yeah, someone slipped it in his pocket.
Check the passenger manifest.
So
question everyone.
Yeah, so these two cops are like, well, something's fucking rotten in Denmark because like we didn't even get to question him. It's our case.
Yeah. It's like suddenly you've already questioned him? What the hell?
Yeah, so they already thought the commish was dirty or whatever. So now they doubly think it. So they let the guy go. So then, of course, they're at having their nice birthday, and Raul goes off on his own, and he gets kidnapped by the guy.
Yeah, so here's the stupid thing, is that they do not...
Here's the stupid thing.
This is what the main thing that really bothered me in this episode and made me not want to continue watching it at all ever.
Yeah.
Is that they did not show any passage of time at all. It was just like he's arrested and all of a sudden he's kidnapping Raul. Like, what? Where's the passage of time?
Yeah.
When the hell did he get out of the station? Like, what the hell?
Well, I mean, they got off at the Louvre, and then they went for lunch, and then they had to take
so that was just all implied.
Another bus.
Just completely implied. That was so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, usually I prefer when this series doesn't add like extra filler episodes. But like 5 episodes was a little too fast for this year.
Yes.
Or 4, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite enough episodes.
No.
It was 5 episodes, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they didn't do a good job in storytelling in general in this show.
They didn't wrap anything up.
No, it's 5 episodes of the first half of the first season or whatever.
Well, they call it chapter or book or something like that.
Yeah, part 1,
so there's
5 episodes.
3 different chapters. They're coming up on the 3rd one. So, like, even at the end of the 2nd one, is it still like the first episode of the 3rd chapter? They're like, oh, I'm going to get Pellegrini this time.
I don't know.
Yeah. I
don't think they did a very good job. I don't think I'm going to continue watching this.
No, I'm definitely not. I wasn't going to continue after the whole last episode where it's like, oh, the only copy of the video.
Yeah, it's so stupid. This
like, they didn't have a backup plan? Like, give me a fucking break, man.
This episode hooked me back in, and I was like, okay, now we're getting more backstory. Now I'm a little bit more interested. Now maybe I will continue to watch it. But then that ending happened, and I was like, no. Yeah. My suspension of disbelief has not been suspended enough for me to continue watching this show at all.
And, like there's, like, how many people on the beach?
A few.
200? 100?
I don't know.
This guy kidnaps Raoul. Stop kidnapping me. Stop kidnapping. Everyone's like, oh, this is the Lupin roleplay over here.
Yeah.
Like, no one's like, hey, what are you doing with that kid?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
I mean,
it didn't make any sense.
I know, like, okay, I watch a lot of horror movies, and a lot of stupid shit happens in a horror movie.
Yeah.
But, like, I expect that in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like, when people are acting stupid and stupid shit happens, and the monster jumps through the wall, and it's like, wait, how did you get there? It doesn't matter. It's a stupid horror movie.
Yeah.
But, like, something like this, when I see this kind of stuff,
We're
I'm
supposed
just
to be a little bit grounded in reality.
I can't watch this.
No, he's like down on the beach, and I'm like, no, come on.
I'm disappointed because it started off, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, I can get behind this, but it just, the stupid shit happening.
Yeah.
And it's like, kind of like to create fake tension.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Pellegrin got us again. The video was doctored. What are we going to do this time?
Don't, what kind of reporter are you that you would give them the original?
Yes.
Only
or
an
like
idiot.
make a digital copy. Like, as if it wouldn't be like immediately afterwards, oh, I hit the tweet button. Here's the full unedited video. Obviously, they fucked us.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah. Could not suspend disbelief anymore.
Disappointing.
So we will, ladies and gentlemen, we will not be continuing this series, but do tune in next week when we're going to talk about the first 3 episodes of She-Hulk.
Yes.
And how much all those Wiener boys hate it, and how much we actually really enjoy it.
Have you watched any yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've only watched the first episode.
I watched the second. I was like,
give
me more. Give me more.
Yeah, I did. I was going to last night, but I went to sleep instead. So
yeah, no, I watched it on Thursday just in case we were gonna talk about it today, and I was like, okay, it's marathon time. If every episode was out, I would have watched them all right then.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think going forward, if we're gonna plan to watch some show like Andor, we got to figure out something so they don't overlap. Like maybe instead of watching 5 episodes when there's only 3 spaces in between, we watch like 3 movies or something like that.
Yeah.
Just so we're not overlapping and getting behind.
Yeah.
Because it ends up being like a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So Lupin series, I would recommend someone watch it. Maybe they'll get more out of it than me.
Yeah.
It's very well done and everything like that. And the acting's good, and
yeah, it looks great. The acting's great. Set piece is marvelous.
Suspension of disbelief is high.
Yeah, you really need to suspend your disbelief.
But I mean, yeah, I'm not going to continue with it.
No, I don't think I will either.
I wouldn't have continued after last episode personally,
but had to.
Yes. Well, we don't have to do anything really.
That's true.
But